Welcome, Divas. This is Conscious Divas Guide, where we talk about all things self mastery and the metaphysical world. In this video, we'll be discussing how we can master our menstrual cycles. As conscious divas on the road to self-mastery, it is very important that we understand our body's natural cycles so that we can take advantage of each phase and truly use them to our benefit. So let's talk about it, divas. So the menstrual cycle is basically a monthly hormonal cycle that the female body goes through to prepare for pregnancy. During this cycle, we will see a change in hormone levels, specifically in estrogen and progesterone. It will change throughout the menstrual cycle and can cause the menstrual symptoms, the most common known being the period. Even though the period is a natural occurrence in a woman's life, there still is a lot of shame and negative stigma around it, and it's more so viewed as an inconvenience rather than a blessing. I feel a lot of that has to do with misinformation, but a lot of content has been coming out lately helping women tap into their power and discover their magic and truly understand that even though we can wear many hats and play many roles, we do need to tap into our body's natural rhythms and understand that your body is changing, your hormones are changing. Some days are better and some days are worse, but having an understanding of your menstrual cycle is like having a blueprint to help align your daily life with your changing hormones to help you feel more in sync and balanced. So cycle syncing is the practice of changing your workout routine, your diet, or any other lifestyle habits to better align with whatever stage of the menstrual cycle you're in. So the idea is that making these changes will better help you meet your body's hormonal needs for that specific phase, making it much more easier to manage. Experts say that cycle syncing can hold many benefits, such as feeling more energized, feeling more balanced, experiencing less mood swings, having more effective workouts and weight management, as well as having an insight to fertility and knowing when or when not to conceive. So the menstrual cycle is broken up into 4 phases, and it starts on the first day of your bleed. This is your period, and it ends the day before your next period. The average cycle lasts between 29 to 28 days. So some of the phases do overlap each other, but the first stage is menstruation, then follicular or pre-ovulation, followed by ovulation, then lastly the luteal phase or premenstrual. So the menstrual phase is the first stage of the menstrual cycle, also referred to as your period. This occurs when the egg from the previous cycle has not been fertilized, meaning pregnancy did not take place, and this causes the levels of progesterone and estrogen to drop. The low levels of estrogen and progesterone tell your body to begin menstruation. This is your body's way of discarding the monthly buildup of your uterus lining and any other tissue and the egg that did not get fertilized. This is all released through the menstrual blood. So a typical period can last up to 8 days, but the average bleeding stops on about day 5 or 6. Now let's talk about how we can make the most out of being in our menstrual phase. During the menstrual phase, I try to slow things down as best as I can and really focus on my R's. So resting, reflecting, refreshing, and replenishing, and really start to, come back to myself. I'm spending more time in nature. I'm really pampering myself, taking those nice hot baths, and really giving my body what it needs. So making sure I'm eating lots of nourishing foods and really focusing on stuff that's going to be giving me benefits. So I'm eating lots of lean protein, healthy fats like salmon and avocado, and really trying to limit as much fatty foods, alcohol, and caffeine as possible, and really focusing on foods with benefits. So during your period, try to focus on foods that will help boost your magnesium and your iron levels, and focus on those rich essential fats. And really, like I said, try to limit as much fatty foods, alcohol, and caffeine as possible. And most importantly, try to stay hydrated. So rest is key when we are on our menstrual cycle, but we can still do some mindful movements. Maybe try to do a meditative walk in nature, practice on some yin or kundalini yoga, and really try not to push yourself any further than this. Stretching is really good. Also doing things like Tai Chi. I love doing Tai Chi when I'm on my flow. It really helps me move all of that energy. Some women, if your body is up to it, they do experience that they can push themselves a little more when they are on their menstrual cycles, allowing them to, lift, heavier and, do more of those strength-based workouts. If you are up for it by any means, because our pain tolerance is higher, if you're not experiencing the cramps or stuff, do that. And if you don't feel up for it, don't feel bad. Take this time and rest. A lot of women found that when they take the time and actually rest on their menstrual cycles, they perform better physically during the other stages of their cycle. The menstrual phase is a physical release, but it's also an energetic release as well. So look at the pelvic floor as being a gateway to, have energy come in and out of the body. So physically, during menstruation, the cervix is wider. It does widen, and this allows us to be a little more open physically, both energetically speaking. We are a little more sensitive at this time, especially when it comes on taking other people's energy. So I always try to clear my space and be mindful of who I'm allowing in my space during this time. Because we are more open energetically, this means that our intuition is at its highest during our menstrual phase. So now is the perfect time to do your guided meditations, or any meditations for that matter, breath work. If you journaling is a really good thing to do at this time. In the description box below, I will leave a link for the Conscious Diva Intuitive Cycle Planner / Journal. This is a great way for you to track your cycle along with the moon phases, and it also comes with great intuitive journal prompts for each phase of your cycle. So along with journaling and meditation, any other deviation practices is a good time to do during this time, whether you do tarot cards or any cleansing rituals, a ritual bath. There's tons of things you can do to honor your menstrual cycle, and I can do a whole separate video on that topic alone. But for the purpose of this video, we'll just keep it short and simple. In today's society, lots of women have been led to believe that period problems are just a normal side effect of periods, but in my opinions, our periods are a natural part of our women life, and negative, side effects, cramps, bloating, back pain, in my opinion, would be not normal and just, a indicator that maybe we are doing something wrong on the back end. Instead of just masking the symptoms, it's very important, us as women, that we get to the root cause of some of these negative side effects that come along with our monthly cycles. Most of the time, these side effects indicate that we need to be drinking more water, making sure we're getting the proper amount of rest, as well as a balanced diet, and most importantly, believe it or not, making sure we are releasing old and toxic energy. In my personal experience, I found that once I started tracking my cycle and being more aware of each phase, I saw that the negative side effects of my bleed really started to decrease, especially the more I brought awareness of each phase. I would definitely plan around my cycle as best as I could, especially like adding in more me time, making sure that I'm supporting my body with the proper foods, staying hydrated, of course, mindfully moving with each phase, and definitely getting a lot of rest when needed. And just having that awareness really just make things, in my opinion, just kind of fall together seamlessly. I felt that I was working with my body rather than against it. If you made it this far in the video, I want to give you a huge thank you. Thank you so much, Diva. Please stay tuned because I decided that I'm going to break this video up into part 2 and 3, just so the videos won't be super long. If you enjoyed it so far, please stay tuned for the other phases of the menstrual cycle and make sure you join the sisterhood. It's just as easy as clicking subscribe and share this channel to any other fellow divas out there, and turn on your notifications so you will be aware of when I post my next video. Thank you so much, divas. Until next time, bye.